Affinity diagramming is a foundational UX activity and can be used in a variety of ways. Affinity diagramming is the clustering of information, often sticky notes, into relational groups based on similarities or themes. We use it to understand and make sense of large amounts of information, like user research findings, brainstormed ideas, usability testing observations, even feedback from users and stakeholders. The benefits of affinity diagramming are twofold. First, it helps us discover patterns across a wide set of ideas. Second, when done collaboratively, it promotes a shared language. Participants can identify and align on a specific theme or pattern, what it's comprised of, especially if those theme names are generated collaboratively in the workshop. Note that even though the input for affinity diagramming is often a set of sticky notes generated in a post-up, it doesn't have to be. For example, it can be done by cutting up a list of other items, such as customer support calls, site queries, and then organizing that content from there. To use affinity diagramming in a UX workshop, start by 1, deciding what content you're going to be organizing. If it's pre-existing content that you're going to be bringing into the workshop, like customer requests or research findings, have this ready to use in a handout format. Otherwise, spend time creating prompts that will be given to participants as they generate content or ideas. 2, have each participant write each idea or insight on a separate sticky note or index card. Remember, 1 item per sticky note. 3, without discussing or debating these ideas, have each participant place their sticky notes on a wall. It can be physical or digital. 4, begin grouping the sticky notes into clusters based on common themes or characteristics. Now you have 2 decisions here as a facilitator. You can pre-supply the groups, which I recommend if you're eventually migrating this content to a UX map, like a journey map, or let participants form their own groups. Remember, don't worry about getting these groups perfect at this point. The goal is to just start organizing the ideas into clusters. 5, assuming you did not pre-provide groups, and once there's a rough grouping of ideas, start to refine them and name those clusters. This will not only help you better understand the themes that are emerging, but also give participants a chance to align their language and mental models. 6, you'll begin to review the clusters and prioritize them based on a predetermined criteria set. For example, if you're affinity diagramming ideas, this could be impact to the user, feasibility, return on investment, or even market differentiation. This prioritization is oftentimes done democratically and collaboratively via dot voting. The result will be a prioritization of clusters from which you can then further unpack those most important clusters or do another round of ideation. When affinity diagramming in a workshop, I always suggest creating an ungrouped group. When grouping, I find that participants are inclined to force each item into a group, even if it doesn't quite fit. To prevent this tendency, create an ungrouped group. This group may contain oddballs or outliers, and even end up helping you uncover new categories. Affinity diagramming can be a useful tool for organizing and prioritizing ideas in a UX workshop. It helps teams make sense of large amounts of information and can serve as a reference or guide for design and development efforts into the future.
Thanks for watching. If you want to see more of our UX videos, take a look at these over here and consider subscribing to our channel. On our website, nnGroup.com, you can access our free library of over 2,000 articles. You can also register for one of our UX courses that offer live hands-on UX training.